threats are part of wrestling, you know? But you gotta look at the person that's making the threat. This fat son of a bitch is challenging all of us, has been world champions before, been in this business 15, 20 years, and this fat son of a bitch is gonna challenge us all out.
Just calm down, okay? Alright?
He's fat! I'm gonna...
about this.
I don't care if he doesn't... I'll make him bleed.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the John and Ant Show. John here.
This is Ant.
And the real American back
Hey, Rob.
in the building again.
Rob.
What?
Silence!
Oh, all right, there it is. Okay.
Anyway, thank you, Damian Sandow, for that. And thank you, Scott Steiner, once again.
Oh, Scott Steiner, we gotta send him like a thank you letter.
We should. Beautiful Friday morning. But TNA did happen yesterday.
That's why it's a beautiful.
That's why. That's why it's beautiful, huh?
Exactly.
What TNA happened yesterday?
That's why it happened. That's why it's a beautiful sunny day.
Yes.
It's gonna be nice temperatures outside.
Very nice weather.
Thank
Very
you,
nice
TNA.
weather. Yeah, thank you, TNA. So Sting and Kurt Angle start the show. Cut a promo on AJ Styles. You know, AJ Styles, what's going on with me?
They really want to know where you're at.
I don't know.
They really want to know. Kurt, you know what, John? I'm sick of you not giving Kurt Angle the answer. Okay, just answer his question because he basically
tell him. He's
he
pissing me
basically
off.
just said it that if you're not with them, you're against them. Okay, and then Sting comes in, tries to play the good cop routine. Never works.
Of course.
Sting has to understand that his good cop routine never works. Ever,
It works for me.
Huh?
It works for me.
It didn't work with the Bully Ray situation. It screwed everybody over.
Well, it kind of did because people listened to him.
That's why it didn't work. It
No,
worked from
because
Aces and Eights standpoint, but not from TNA's.
Boy,
So-
I'm very quiet.
That was interesting.
It was. But, yeah.
We're just working on some new sound effects. That's all.
Yeah. But we had Kurt Angle lose his temper because AJ Styles was walking away again.
Because he's a cyborg. Cyborgs always lose their temper.
But he wasn't walking away. He was just standing there.
Yeah.
AJ Styles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't he leave the ring?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, toward the end.
He left the ring towards the end, and then that's when Angle...
After Angle flipped out twice.
Yeah, I wanted to be left alone, but stupid Kurt Angle
If
decided...
you wanted to be left alone, you shouldn't have went to the ring.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted an answer, but they got straight up in my face.
And you're gonna... Well, are you
I
gonna
have
tell me
a,
that Sting didn't have... What he was saying wasn't reasonable?
Sting was
He's the ultimate good guy.
He is.
Of course he is. He's the ultimate face. The ultimate generic face.
He has to... He brings everyone together.
Yes, he
or
does.
tries to, because...
He leads TNA
Yes.
into crap. Because it's taken over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I don't. By the end of the show, you weren't laughing.
No, I wasn't.
Taz
I was very upset.
Hey, Taz was good on commentary
He
this
was.
time.
He was phenomenal.
He's a god. I mean, he calls me every day. Keep in contact with him.
Wow.
Yes.
You guys have nothing else better going on with your lives.
No, absolutely not. What,
Hey, guy.
I'm getting my Aces and Eights vest in the mail. I will be a better vice president than D'Lo. You know, D'Lo, that baby back bitch he is, you know, said I quit. You know, he should be getting us beers and, you know, washing the bikes. You agree, Ant-Man?
I agree. Absolutely.
Right, Rob?
You better recognize.
After...
I keep waiting for him to say it.
What?
Or was waiting for him to say it.
I know, it's like they know that's what everyone's waiting for, and they're saying, you can't say this.
It's never happened.
It's never going to happen.
Anyway. But, Kurt Angle and AJ Styles do start brawling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got our first generic Aces and Eights beatdown of the night. 3D
the 3D.
Yep.
3D on Sting, unfortunately.
Which has never happened before.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sting.
What are you looking at?
I
there?
don't know, I thought it was some receipt, but it's not.
Oh, it's my, it's probably
It's
not
some
mine.
paper.
Yes, it's my bang thing.
It's just funny how every stable that TNA comes up with, at some point, it beats Sting down.
Did
All right,
Fortune do
I
it?
like it.
I'm sure if you looked online,
Beat Sting down to the grave.
A beatdown on Sting.
I have a question, but it's going to have to wait till the end of the show. Because it's a major plot point that I don't understand. And hopefully somebody will comment and give me an answer.
I do want to say, though, about Sting, he's really getting old. Because you can tell through the face paint now.
I don't know about that, but it's bothered me since I think his return to wrestling and his
But we'll get to your question. We'll
and
get to your
him
question
coming
later.
into TNA. What's up with his face paint? It
It's
doesn't look
the
right.
No,
The
there's
last
nothing.
this year actually, like ever since. You know why it's not right is because he stopped the Joker Sting gimmick.
All right, well I'm ignoring that.
No, you know
But-
what?
No. It's,
I
no.
made the-
Think
I
about
made
it.
the-
Think
I'm-
about it
I'm
because
really-
after
no, I'm looking right at John.
No, think about
No.
it.
I'm watching John look at the
Because
screen.
after
and
the
I'm
Joker
thinking,
Sting
you know why?
gimmick,
You
and
know
he
what?
I
went
made the joke
back
You
to
know
this.
why?
I made the joke before
happened.
we even made the show
Come on.
that
It
he's
happened.
doing the paint according to how his hairline used to be,
Hold
how
on,
his face used to
hold on,
look.
hold on.
And now it's not
This,
right
this
anymore.
will sum up everything about
Joker Sting makeup would fix
This
that.
will sum up Sting for you right now. Ready?
He's fat.
Thank
But
you,
he's
Scott
not that,
Steiner.
He's old.
But
He's old and
He's just
fat.
old. He's not fat.
But it
He's
seems he's fat.
So
enough
wait,
that-
wearing a shirt in the ring is just not
a,
showing.
advertisement.
No,
for
but
a
it-
Oh yeah,
No, no.
advertising his
But
crappy
look,
T-shirt.
But I think
we
it's
know what he's hiding, and that he's also advertising at
Yes,
the
do
same
I
time.
have to play it again? Scott Steiner just said
look, but fat. Me and you are fat.
it. We are fat.
Sting is an old man wrestler.
Old man fat.
Old man wrestler. It's like it's like I want to say Ric Flair, but that's really not fair anymore.
yeah, that's really.
But
that's
there's
just unpleasant.
the generic old man wrestler. That guy that's been a wrestler for years, and then their bodies turn a certain way.
Ew.
It turns against them, and
Yeah, like Ric Flair's.
Woo!
they're sort of still in shape, but it doesn't look like it anymore.
I know.
That's what I'm talking about with Sting.
That's all like flubber.
It's not even that, because it's still tough.
No,
Tough
I
flubber.
hear what you're saying. I hear it. Like it's the muscle's still there, but there's
Yeah, it's
flabs
just- it's
like around
yeah,
it.
it's
Flabby.
shapes.
Yeah,
It shapes.
because I mean,
That's where
and-
Sting's at.
yeah, it is. But I mean, it reminds me more of like you know when you go to the beach and you see that guy with the shirt on going into the water.
Me.
Is that what you do? That was your-
Go on.
You go to the beach?
Well, not in a
That's
while.
what.
You go to the beach? I didn't know
Not
that.
in a while.
But I mean, that's kind of what it is. You know, he knows that he's not in the shape to be showing off whatever. I mean, he's probably.
But he wears
He's
the
probably,
twosies.
but that's what I'm getting because he's still probably in better shape than a lot of people in the business anyway.
Ric Flair.
Than Ric Flair.
But he's
yeah,
still.
I
But
mean,
I'm saying he still wears a singlet though.
It's not.
that's what I'm
you know
saying though.
you know
Like
what?
I don't think it's not. He can't possibly be in such bad shape that he has to wear a shirt out
I really hope not. It was just annoying seeing it throughout the match. You know,
unless he's getting some new tats
Yeah, right. It's
new
like-
tats, new
it's like-
tats.
and it's gotten infected or something.
Maybe.
and that's why he's been wearing it for so long.
He's gone the route of an old tag team partner of his and gotten a tattoo of himself on his arm.
Anyway,
He's ashamed.
we got the generic Aces and Eights beat down. We go to commercial and you know they see what happened to Angle and Styles, but AJ is in the back and see if he got his tooth knocked out. He storms out and leaves.
Did he get it knocked out? I thought it was like, oh, I got some blood on my face.
Who knows?
You should
knows?
know.
I don't know. I don't know.
You finish checking?
My teeth are still. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm good.
good.
I'm
Just
good.
making
Alright.
I'm good. Next we get Tara and Gail Kim versus Mickey James and Knockout Champion Velvet Sky.
Yes. This
It
was
really
very
wasn't
exciting.
that good. It really wasn't.
Wasn't that good?
I'm very high on at least two
Gail
of the
Kim.
competitors in. No, they're
Gail
all
Kim
really.
and Tara, or Gail Kim and Mickey
Tara.
You know, I'll say three.
3.
Take out Velvet Sky because.
James. Yeah, it's
You know,
funny
I'm-
that she's the champ. Yet
Yeah.
she's the one who's clearly the
Yeah.
least skilled of
Least.
the
Yeah.
bunch.
But I just couldn't. This is a boring match. 'Cause we've basically seen it already. For
Of
like,
course.
Last week and what the week before that maybe.
And I want to see like where are the other knockouts?
Yeah.
Like, is Sarita still with the company?
I don't know. You gotta
No.
check out their website. I
I
guess
think she
anybody
is.
that's on their website, the Knockouts website, would be the Knockouts that are still there.
I'm gonna check it out because
Um,
I feel like at one point they had a really good roster.
They did.
They had a lot
They
of good knockouts there. One of them is the referee now.
Yeah.
Apparently,
While you look that up,
ODB.
I'll just continue.
Hmm?
It seems like the only thing new within this storyline is either they've decided to turn Tara face, which I don't see why they would, or they've taken Gail Kim to the next level of heel,
Mhm.
where she's, I guess, Triple H 2004 or 5,
All right.
with the just you couldn't get any worse than him. He was the
Yeah.
baddest guy.
Mhm.
That's gonna be Gail
To
Kim.
the point where even when they have heel versus heel matches, you know which heel's gonna come out on top,
Yeah.
right?
He just does stuff that goes beyond what the average heel will do.
All right.
Well,
I'm looking
because,
at. Go ahead.
Go.
Well, I'm looking at the roster, and I'll just go through it. Brooke Hogan's there.
No, this is their roster page. I'm saying the knockouts.
Yeah,
website.
but you want to go to the knockouts?
Well, you can do that. I'm not gonna do it, but I assume whoever's on that website would definitely be the knockouts that are within the company.
Right. Yeah, you can say
Because
that.
they do have those indie.
Because I do see him. I see Taylor Hendricks, who I've yet to see on the show.
Yeah.
There's Tara, Taryn Terrell, Velvet Sky, SoCal Val, Mickey
Who's not
James.
a wrestler.
Yeah, right.
She's just on the show.
Mickey James, Brooke Tessmacher, ODB, Madison Rain, who's out because I believe she had a baby or she's
Yeah, that's
pregnant.
what I heard.
All right. Yeah, Gail Kim's there. Christy Hemmy's the ring announcer, and that's it. And I feel like there's a lot missing from there.
Yeah. I don't even think you need to go to the Knockouts website just by looking at this. It seems that's pretty much.
I am at the
who we've
Knockout
had.
site, and there's no.
The only person that we haven't seen would have been Brooke Tessmacher.
Yeah.
They wrote off
She's
Taryn
on.
Terrell.
She's on there. She's
no,
on
no,
the
I'm
Knockout
saying
site.
from last night's episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess they've really lost all their talent
They have.
because they used to have a lot.
Both Sarita and Rosita are
I never
gone.
got to see them.
They were a tag team at
Yeah,
some point.
I know they were taking. They were in LAX,
Mhm.
if that was still LAX at the time. They were involved with that,
Mhm.
but I never actually saw them wrestle or anything. Yeah, they had after the match, Gail Kim turn on Tara, put her in the same submission that she put Taryn Terrell in.
Yeah.
And I think they were saying on commentary that she tore ligaments and all this in her knee. So expect her back next week.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Most likely.
Expect her back from a severe injury next week.
Yeah. Probably challenging her to a one-on-one match and then losing again or whatever.
But like I was telling you guys before, Gail Kim for me works either way, as a heel or as a face. She seems to be more successful as a heel, at least in TNA, because that's where she's been a success.
Right.
Unless she was feuding with Awesome Kong,
Yeah. Right.
where she was the face, and they put on fantastic matches.
What I love about the TNA website is that they still have the Knockouts tag team title.
Yeah, does that even apply anymore? There's
I
no
don't know.
female tag teams anymore.
I don't know.
Oh well.
And I don't understand. Maybe another person could, or the same person, if anybody decides to comment, could tell me how this happened.
What?
How is Eric Young a Knockouts tag team champion?
They're just, I don't know, trying to be funny. I forgot how it happened. But
I don't
ODB doesn't even.
understand.
ODB's the ref now.
Yeah,
It's not,
she's
she
the ref
doesn't
now.
even. She doesn't even defend the title or anything. I haven't seen those titles in like years.
I know, I don't understand what was
I think we have a gas leak.
Like this
or
was,
something.
Yeah,
I think,
right?
I think if I'm correct, and I don't know because good sound effect.
Aces and eights.
He was Knockouts champion with her, tag champion when he was filming his reality show or whatever.
Yeah.
His
No,
show,
he
which
was-
I've caught
he-
an episode to.
Yeah,
part
no,
of an
he was.
episode.
There was a stint where he was there and he was just fooling around with ODB doing stuff. They got the titles and then that was about it.
Boy, this is the longest we gave the Knockouts division.
Since they've been champs
that's not fair.
since March 8th of 2012.
Wow.
I don't understand how it happened. I kind of don't care how it happened. I just want it to go away.
We should ask Lex Luger how it happened.
I don't understand that reference.
Ant-Man does.
I do.
I don't know. Next week.
But then he wouldn't answer. That would just be. We'd all be in the same boat.
Yeah.
Row, row, row your boat. Yeah, gently down the
Weird.
street. Yeah, merrily, merrily, happily, merrily.
Why are you doing this?
I'm sorry. What's row your boat?
Why are you doing it?
Because I wanted to, okay? Excuse me.
You're excused.
You make me do it again, aren't you?
No.
Aren't you? Yes. Excuse me.
Silence!
Thank you.
I wasn't even talking.
Thank you.
It doesn't work.
Thank you. Thank you,
pretty
Damian
funny,
Sandow again. Next we get Aces and Eights getting ready to take care of business.
I just want to
right.
say I love Gail Kim. I don't know.
Oh,
We
I don't know why I waited till the next part to say it.
No, we
But I
actually
love Gail Kim.
we had that on another show. Actually, you mentioned it.
Oh, how much I love her? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Silence!
This time.
Yes. Anyway, can we get to TNA, please?
I guess we have to.
So So we got Ace and Nate's back in there. They have the beers ready, and D'Lo Brown's a little late.
Oh boy.
What does this mean?
Seems like he wasn't told about the meeting.
No, he was not. And they have stuff to do tonight. Bubba asks everyone but D'Lo if they're ready to go, and they walk out and leave D'Lo alone in the clubhouse, which is
That's not
not nice. What's up
Whatever.
with that?
That's not the. Alright, whatever. He didn't say that.
Next, we get Christopher Daniels and Frankie
Well,
Kazarian.
they were putting D'Lo Brown down. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
last night
He
mentioning-
quit. He said
Yeah.
those words, I quit.
yelling, "I quit." Not cool.
I can understand both sides of the argument.
Bubba Ray called him a bitch. That's all I know.
In the ring.
Yeah.
I think
Which is pretty
we
awesome.
didn't get to that part.
Not yet. We're up to Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian coming to James Storm's room and bearing gifts of a form of beer. Yay!
Everything's gold with these guys.
Yes.
By far the
Everybody involved in this storyline with bad influence is
Uh-huh.
gold. Except for the champions.
Isn't that ironic though?
No tag team champions.
We got, with
There-
the company, we got
it's-
a couple champions who don't mean anything.
Nope.
It's the same thing with the. Well, I don't want to say it's as bad as the X division, but it's the same case where the champion is the one you want to see the least.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was sort of implying was Kenny King
Yeah.
and the television champ D'Lo Brown because
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't defend the title or
Devon.
anything.
Devon.
What did I say?
Devon.
You
You
said
said
I said
D'Lo.
D'Lo Brown. Yeah, alright.
Yes.
That's so weird. Him as a
How's it
champion.
go?
Yes.
Getting my hair out of place. With Devon,
Uh-huh.
because he hasn't defended the title as far as I know for at least a while,
Right.
and no one seems to care that he's not defending it or that there's no number one contender.
Right.
He's getting completely overshadowed by the fact that his longtime tag partner and leader of president of Ace and Eights is the world heavyweight champion. And that's the only thing that matters. Like, they even reference that he's champion.
Yeah, they did.
But aside from that, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
We only have, like, 2 titles in the company that matter right now.
It's true. It's the TNA World Title and what was the other one?
I was going to say knockouts.
Knockout.
Knockouts. Yeah. Because it's at least defended.
Yeah.
You know.
Now we get to the Aces and Eights clubhouse. I guess the club meeting
In the ring?
in the ring.
In the ring?
Not in the clubhouse. This is pretty much where he called Bully Ray calls D'Lo a bitch. He's a big bully.
That's a bad word.
That is a bad word. He's a very bad man.
What a poo-poo word.
Bad man. Cena.
Why are you
Well,
doing
yeah.
this? Why are you making references to companies that don't involve this?
Well, it's a good song.
Well, he told him
Stop
to give up his cut, right?
Yes. Yeah.
His cut is his life.
It is.
Well, not really. It's
that's
not really
what he
his
said.
life.
He said it's his life.
Is it? D'Lo, come on, man.
It's his life.
So I can understand the.
It was kind of. I did like them pulling off the vest though. That was kind of funny.
I can understand the Ace and Eights side of it, where you never quit
Of
on
course.
yourself or your team or whatever. But I can understand. I was gonna call him Devon now. It's so messed up. D'Lo, you know, it's Angle. He had you in the ankle lock. What are you gonna do? You weren't put in the Scorpion Sloppy Lock.
Yeah. This
What,
is
what was they calling it? The Sloppy Death
Yeah,
Lock?
sloppy death
Where-
lock.
Deathlock.
I said to you guys that Matt Morgan didn't pass out. He just fell asleep because he was so bored.
Yeah.
I would have passed out.
It wasn't like. I guess my point was that it wasn't like it was that move being applied to Devon.
Yeah.
Damn it, D'Lo, and he fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's the ankle lock,
It's
a
actually-
legitimate submission.
It actually
we're on a
hurts.
roll today.
Actually,
No, I'm confusing my black eyes.
I'm not even gonna go there. There's so many jokes.
Well, he's kind of got a point.
And
Both
he-
of them are bald.
And he said, "I quit." You know, it's understandable. I
But-
understand both sides.
But come on, one of them's kind of fat.
They're
and
both
the
kind
other
of fat.
Yeah, they
well,
actually.
Devon's in better shape.
He definitely is,
You know,
but he always has been.
come on, it's really hard to tell. Devon just stares into space, and D'Lo does this. You know,
Devon doesn't stare. That was a bad joke because I wanted to say it before when I thought it was funnier.
Which one?
I confused my black eyes,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't say that joke." And I said it now, and it fell flat.
okay.
And I don't apologize for the joke. I apologize at how flat it fell.
Well, Damian Santos says this.
Silence!
Thank you.
You're gonna overuse that, aren't you?
I might. It's awesome.
Side note:
though.
he's got a new finisher with the silencer,
Nice.
which I
Fits.
shouldn't mention because we're talking about TNA.
Yes.
But again, I can understand both sides of the argument,
Right. No, I get you.
especially with their whole moniker of when you ride with the Aces and Eights, you never walk alone.
Yes, you never
which
walk
are two different
alone.
modes of transportation.
And they put up 10.
Yeah.
Two different modes of transportation, and now they're kicking the guy out and talking about
Well, no, they didn't kick
Cut
him
it.
out yet.
they're talking about cutting the fat of the group.
Will you
You're
relax?
going against
Why not?
you're saying.
Well, they told him he has to help out Doc, and he sat his butt at the timekeeper's table,
Which
and
he
we got
didn't do.
Doc versus Magnus, which was okay, not great, okay. Magnus wins, but D'Lo made a bad mistake.
Oh no, D'Lo.
He was trying to help Doc, and yeah. it
I have
didn't
two
go-
things to say about this match. One, Magnus's music, I never noticed until now, is awesome. Two, didn't watch the match. It was boring.
Are you telling me that his music is better than Jeff
I
Hardy's?
said not great. Okay.
That's not fair. Everybody's music is better than Jeff Hardy.
Better than Jeff Hardy's music?
Jeff Hardy should stop writing his own music.
Yes, he should stop.
He should stop writing and performing his own music.
Yes.
No, he should keep going. It's hilarious. And I hope the next time he does it, he's on drugs.
No.
Though I'm sure all of his creatures of the night will disagree
Stop it.
with me. That's what his fans are called. Will disagree with me. Because I might be a fan of Jeff Hardy. I can still say his music is, if you want to call it music, is awful. There are those fans that just can't get over it.
Right.
Like, he's so great, he's so great. That means his music has to be great. It's not the case. He needs to stop.
Right.
Just stop. Just stop.
Just
Please.
It just seems, maybe I'm oversimplifying it.
No, it's
just
some
stop.
people just have
But-
people just have crappy music.
Back to the match as D'Lo does make a mistake and grabs the leg of Doc,
Oh boy.
and Magnus gets the schoolboy pin, and I smell something bad for D'Lo Brown. They go to the back, and
Uh-oh.
he gets. Like,
I don't know if this is one of those things that I'm not supposed to say. Like, I think my last joke was on the edge of okay with Anthony, but I don't know if I can say the R word on here.
I was gonna say he just got bitched in the back.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Oh, I don't.
Some people might get offended by.
No, you
that
could
sort
say
of thing.
it looked like.
I thought he was gonna get
Yes.
raped.
It looked like that kind of a scene. It did.
did.
I mean, the fear in his eyes and them just tearing at his clothes.
But they
and
went to
everything.
Because
that.
I don't want to overstep certain things I shouldn't say.
No, it did look that way.
Well, that's
I-
why,
I
that's
yelled
Why, that's why. That's
Out
why I
loud
said,
last night. Oh my God! They're gonna rape him. They're gonna take turns.
That's why I'm saying they're gonna bitch him, But okay, you said it. It's over. But they had it. Why Anderson out of all the people? Oh, what do you, hey asshole? What do you want to do? Who cares?
You know
That was
what
a
though?
joke.
Anderson kind of is going. It seems to me, he keeps kind of coming to the defense of D'Lo.
Who, Anderson?
Yeah, because
How?
when he started to sort of fight back verbally anyway, in the ring, he calmed him down, or at least he was saying to calm down.
Maybe.
That's how I saw it.
We still, but we.
Or maybe he's just one of those, douches who just tries to, go with the flow. He just can't make his. Doesn't usually know which side to pick, and he just picks the popular side at whatever point it is.
I feel like he's supposed to be the Brian Pillman of the group,
You think so?
with him being like the wild
and
card
he's
and all that.
failing terribly.
And I don't know if it's him or if it's
No, it's him.
people telling him to do this or not do that
It's him.
or whatnot.
He sucks.
But
It's that simple.
That was more effective than silence.
silence.
I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to
It's the truth.
It's not the
truth.
truth or the
Set you
truth
free.
or any variation of that word.
It's absolutely the
But
truth.
now D'Lo is now a prospect now, and he has to get them beers, make sure they're cold, and wash the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's see if we can handle that.
yeah, we'll see if we can handle that. I'm not sure. Taz, called me yesterday. He was like, he didn't wash his bike too good. It might throw him out of the group.
That's bad.
D'Lo, what are you doing? Wash Taz's bike.
It's a little quick, huh? He still have 6 more days.
I'd like
between
to
the
see
next
what Taz's bike looks like.
edition.
Yeah, I do too. Maybe he'll tweet a pic to me.
I hope so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe he won't.
Or maybe he will. We go to Hulk Hogan's office where Sting and Kurt Angle. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on upstairs. Try to convince Hulk Hogan not to be their part.
They're trying to pick a person to be
What?
their third.
Well, wasn't it?
Hogan wants in.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
But
say.
all of a sudden, Kurt Angle cares about what a doctor has to say.
A doctor.
And tells him, no, your doctor said you can't wrestle.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
That's
immediately what I'm like, really?
If you follow Kurt Angle
It should have
and
been
you see
Sting to say that.
Yes.
because the irony of Kurt Angle saying that is just
But-
it's painful.
According to Hulk Hogan, he has someone.
I feel this pain around my neck.
He
when I
has
heard that.
someone on the phone, but he doesn't know if he's going to show
He's
up.
got
or
a wild
not.
card.
He's got
right?
a wild
Isn't that
card.
what he said?
But they get Magnus.
They choose
They Sting, Kurt Angle and Sting are they're putting their faith in Magnus. Let's say they're saying that he's ready, that he's on fire and everything. Which is funny because there's been a few impacts over the past few weeks that he hasn't even been on.
I know.
So I'd like to know what they mean by on fire.
Yeah, well,
But-
he just won the match.
Yeah, one match.
He just won his last match that just happened. He's on fire. What's interesting is if you pick the group that was at lockdown, you could have picked anybody else that wasn't doing something. Like, Magnus was just in a match. That means he did something, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You have Eric Young not doing anything. He had that elbow drop off the top. Have him do something. Samoa Joe, I don't know what's up with him. He hasn't been on either. You think you would pick somebody that, like, maybe you'll do something with them. I mean, we saw how it turned out anyway. Magnus wasn't needed at all.
Yeah.
But still.
No, he was needed. They needed him, but something
but
bad
it's like,
happened.
it's like Samoa Joe's never gotten a beatdown.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Eric Young's never gotten beat down. You
But-
need to do it to Magnus.
But hey, you spoiled it.
It doesn't matter.
You son of a bitch.
There are no spoilers that involve Magnus.
You're gonna use it again. It's not even necessary.
Thank
I
you.
wasn't even saying anything. I wasn't even saying again. He doesn't even know when to use it. He's overusing it and using it incorrectly.
Silence! 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 Silence!
Can't you use something from TNA at least?
Well, who says silence in
Not
TNA?
silence, but something like "shut up."
We gotta get the Mark Henry clip.
Fat!
Did you hear that one? When Mark Henry was on commentary on Monday?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Shut up!
Just shut up!
Shut up! Anyway, back to TNA.
Video was awesome. He was like, "Yeah, Mark."
Mark Henry on commentary. Yay!
Who knew it?
Yeah, who knew? Next we got Austin Aries and Bobby Roode catching up with James Storm. Like I said, just
He's thinking about.
I know what he's thinking about.
Just over and over again.
He kept going. It was far more entertaining than the match, right?
Yeah. It's alright. No, keep going.
Are you done? I know what
I
you're
might.
laughing about.
Just keep going. We'll find out.
They catch up with James Storm and pretty much try to sway him into favoring them
Yeah.
in the
exactly.
match, and it doesn't work.
Not at all.
You don't know that until the match.
Well, we're getting up to the
You
match.
can only assume it does or doesn't work.
Right.
Well, the match itself was pretty good.
That was I think there's a match or two after this, I'm not even sure.
No.
Match of the night.
Except it was a no contest.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It was still a match of the night. It was still a very enjoyable match from
'Cause
everybody.
James Storm
Even
just
during the entrances.
walks out.
yeah. And just like
Speaking of the entrance,
Hey, you noticed that Christy Hemme messed up, but I told you to wait. Just keep watching. Because it'll be alright soon.
because I think she ate it. She
That might have been the case.
Ate it from Austin Aries.
I feel like you don't know how to use that term properly.
eat it.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
technically,
I usually
she
use
did
it-
in a way. I mean,
Anyway.
Well,
She called them bad influence. It was Aries and Bobby Roode.
And Bobby Roode didn't appreciate this.
And when they got to the
Nor did
ring,
Austin Aries.
Austin Aries told her to say it again because everybody knew that she messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And as you want to tell the story?
As she backed into the corner.
She was already in the corner.
Okay.
As she went to announce them again,
Austin Aries gets on the top rope and
Right in front of her, crotch
jump
in her face. Crotch right in her face. And you can hear her laughing, which is fantastic.
That's kind of funny.
She's like, what did she say? Austin Aries about rah!
No, yeah. Christy Hemme, why?
Brilliant.
Why?
That was hilarious, though. It was... Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, Austin. I told you, he's the man.
I watched it last night. I watched it this morning. It was funny.
But just further proof that both these teams that are up for contendership for the titles are far more entertaining than the champions are.
Who?
Because you and I have been watching these matches involving Chavo and Hernandez.
Oh, God.
And it's the same match.
Of course.
Every time.
He does
Every match. And
They have Hernandez where he's sort of my argument of the top face or even top heel. More so the face though. Where they have those moves that you want to see and that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
He's at that level, except he's not a main
not
event
there.
guy. He's
No,
nowhere
definitely
near
not.
it.
Right.
He just does. It's probably because he can't wrestle, right?
He can't wrestle.
We can agree
He
that
depends
Chavo
on these...
can wrestle.
Yeah.
We can agree on that. So he does the whole match. You have Hernandez come in to do his moves.
Yep, and that's it.
But-
Match over.
And it's not even like a good array of moves. It's the same one.
Yeah.
It's the same.
shoulder block.
The shoulder block.
It's not even
the flying
5
shoulder
moves.
block or...
Cena has more moves than Hernandez.
Yeah, he
That's,
does.
I really, I can appreciate the joke
Cena
to an
of
extent.
Cena of 7 years ago has more moves.
Yes, that's
than
scary.
Hernandez.
All right.
That's where I'll
Okay.
put it.
I mean-
Because the Cena of today does have a good range of moves set. He has a good move set.
Hernandez is just a joke.
Wow, I just realized it has been 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
7 years of Super Cena.
And I just took that amount of years off the top of my head, but it actually does fit.
By the way, Ryback sucks.
And by the way, what Chavo does when he's in the imitate Eddie Guerrero and get beat down.
Yep.
That's what, if he's not getting beat down, he's doing Eddie Guerrero moves.
You know why? Because when he was Chavo, before what happened to Eddie, even before that, he had his moves. He had that rolling heel kick
But
or
he
whatever
was
it is.
but he was still
He had
boring.
he was-
Totally
he was-
overshadowed
yeah.
by Eddie
He
Guerrero.
was completely overshadowed.
Yeah.
He could wrestle a match. He could job well. I think if you could job well, you deserve to get a push at some point.
Right. And probably his most memorable feud was with Eddie Guerrero. Which is pretty funny.
Yeah. it's
Not
kinda-
Hornswoggle?
Even the one against Rey Mysterio
Yeah,
wasn't
not
bad.
Hornswoggle?
Hornswoggle. I mean, Hornswoggle's cruiserweight champion.
honestly, to
I
me
think
though,
that's when he wants
his,
to forget. I
his feud with Hornswoggle kind of overshadowed his with Rey Mysterio.
They might have.
Where's
Because
he?
they both ended the same way.
Yeah.
Chavo Guerrero.
Where's that guy?
Well, actually, most of his feuds end with him losing.
Yeah.
Where's
I don't think he's
that?
ever
Where's
won.
that guy with the mask? I don't know
Right?
that guy.
I don't know what's going on with him. If you're talking about Sin Cara, that's a whole other story.
Oh, his student from the Botcha.
I heard you guys say this, but I told you. I'm assuming people behind the scenes don't speak much Spanish, but you have Ray and at least Sin Cara, he's like, tweak the knee. Tweak it. Tweak it, man. You could ride this out. You're huge.
Oh, definitely.
You won't have to wrestle that much, and you'll keep getting the fat
The
paycheck.
Rey Mysterio School of Botching. Join now.
It is.
You want to learn how to botch? Go to Rey Mysterio School of Botching.
But I kind of want to back up my thing on jobbing.
Mm-hmm.
If you could sell well,
Yeah.
you deserve to get pushed, even if it doesn't
So you're saying
stay
Dolph
a long
Ziggler
time.
because he sold well?
Dolph Ziggler,
Dolph
when you
Ziggler's the
can
man.
when you can sell, which he did in the
He did.
beginning,
Don't get me wrong.
it kind of shows you what else you could do.
Of course.
Because he jobbed out. I don't want to say jobbed out because I was for him the moment I saw him as Dolph Ziggler to Batista. But like Hurricane, when he was still in WWE, I said he's got to be the best seller at that point.
Right.
I saw him take a tombstone from Undertaker, and I was like, "What?" It was amazing. Like, just there's certain things that you. I don't know how to.
But
No, I see.
see,
like,
the good thing with him, he doesn't oversell.
Who?
Ziggler?
Ziggler. He doesn't oversell. He sells great.
Sometimes he kind of does the floppy fish.
The floppy.
Every now. Oh yeah, he breaks that out every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while. But I'm still totally for Dolph Ziggler.
Well, Devon always
I'm
breaks
just
it
saying.
out like
Oh,
24/7.
well, that's true.
Oh, I love when Devon does it. He's my favorite.
It's like he's getting tased or something.
Yeah. I remember it specifically in TNA.
Yeah, right?
Years and years ago. For some reason he got busted open. And he's another guy.
Yeah.
He sells and he bleeds.
He does.
He's bleeding all over the place. And just shaking all over the ring.
What-
This is the best!
One of my favorites is he got tombstoned by Kane and his legs started like
Yeah,
shaking.
he doesn't
Remember that
like.
one?
I'm not going to mention the person's name, but
Let's
that
see if I can
same
find that one.
that same instance of Devon in TNA, I'm loving it. And this other person, I'm not going to mention their name. They couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They're like, are you serious? Is this serious? I'm like, yeah, it's Devon.
It is
That's how you
Devon.
know he's hurt.
That's how you know it's a big injury.
Yes.
When he's shaking all over the place like he's having a seizure or something.
Segueing back to TNA.
It was already in TNA.
Oh, we're still in TNA. I thought we went to WWE, then TNA, then went back to TNA, and went
Well, I
back
was
to
trying,
WWE.
trying to say that people that can sell,
No,
that
I
can work a
understand.
good match, kind of deserve it. I would say that, I guess, you know what, Chavo can work a match, he can wrestle a match, but as far as selling, he doesn't really bring
he sucks.
anything, I guess.
They
He
don't.
doesn't
gets
bring
hurt and he's
anything.
down.
Yeah, I know he doesn't really bring anything to the table.
No, you know what he does? He starts off the match, makes like a couple of tags in and out, then he makes the hot tag to Hernandez, and that's it.
It's kind of sad, though.
Oh, and then he gets tagged in to do his.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a frog
If
splash.
you use my rationale, is
Do
he
it.
can wrestle.
Hey Rob, do you have a name for the sloppy frog play? You know,
It's
you
not
have the.
sloppy, it's just, you can't do it exactly the same way that...
slop splash.
Just
No,
say
it's
it.
not.
It's sloppy. Like, it's very
If
sloppy.
you want to call something a splash, it would have to be Joseph Park's splash from the top rope.
Oh.
No, that's his move.
That's
I
his
know.
move.
That's
That's
his
what I'm
move.
saying. It's like a slop, just bleh. It's a good move for a guy of his body type.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
then what was
But-
Vader's then? Because he came from the second rope as well.
Yeah, but he did some crazy stuff. Off
Yeah,
the
no,
top
he was
rope.
He
he was
did.
pretty agile. He was.
Okay. We go backstage where Ace and Nates are kicking the crap out of Magnus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
And Taz is... I love Taz. Oh, guess Magnus is out. Uh-oh.
But Magnus was fighting them off for a while though.
Yes.
It's not like he just
He's on fire.
beat down. Yeah,
He
because he's on
low-blowed-
fire
I think you low-blowed, I think Nux?
or something like
Or
that.
Doc?
And then he got a stick. Was it a kendo stick?
No, you
No,
broke a
it's-
2x4.
yeah.
That was a 2x4. He snapped it and threw the other piece away.
Yes.
And he was daring two of them to come
With
come
one
and
weapon.
eat it.
And
with one
then
weapon.
he ate
Then somebody
it.
got him from behind and
And they rammed something into him.
Yeah, that was
Did
pretty much
did
it.
we skip over the X Division thing?
No, it's next.
Oh.
yeah.
Now we can skip over it. Kenny King talks, blah, blah, blah.
Kenny King amazingly talks huge about himself.
Yeah.
As if the crowd reaction, or I guess not everyone listens
Did he?
to us.
I mean, did he even get a crowd reaction at
He
all?
doesn't.
He doesn't.
It's like he's just in character, and that's gotta be him. Not him as the person, but
person.
as the wrestler, the character. He's so absorbed in himself.
Yeah. And
It's,
it doesn't-
it's kind of commendable that he
Yeah.
can totally ignore the non-reaction he's getting
Yeah.
and keep talking himself up.
It's pretty painful to watch. Well, not for me. I enjoy it because I think it's hysterical. But him like the X Division champion
Yeah.
again, which is supposed to be the crown jewel of TNA. You know,
Like, he doesn't-
it's pathetic.
He does nothing for the
Pathetic.
title or his character because you just don't want to see him because he's just boring. It's not like, oh, he's a heel, I hope he loses.
Right.
Or he's a face, I hope he wins. Or you just don't want to see him.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He
You
sucks.
just don't want to see this guy.
I
I want to see Mr. Pectacular more than I want to
I
see
know,
this
right?
Yeah, really.
Maybe Kenny King should go to Dunkin' Donuts. You know,
He
eat
might as
some-
well. I mean, he doesn't do any
Get-
high
get
flying moves
fat.
anyway.
Get fat.
He can afford to get fat because the way he wrestles, he won't lose anything.
Yeah, right.
But, like, he's one of those guys, I said it in the beginning, that he's sort of too big to be in the X Division, not big enough to be taken seriously anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
and
give the
promo
guy-
and promo wise, he's shown us that he's definitely not.
Yeah.
I mean,
know what's
Give,
funny?
if you want to give the guy a title, if you want to push him down our throats, give him the TV title. Give
Yeah.
him some other title that doesn't get defended anyway, so no one will care.
But
Exactly.
you can't because that's on Devon, and he's part of
I'm
the.
just saying, down the road somewhere.
Oh, it's
Just,
not-
I don't
you're
want
right.
to see him with the X Division Championship.
But
Yeah.
go on.
Well, you said a but. I was maybe he was gonna.
Oh, I was gonna say this is the first time we actually all agree on something.
Oh, about Kenny King.
Yeah, this is the
But
first.
like
this
I
is-
said,
this is a moment on the John and Ann show. We actually agree on something.
like I've said,
This is a shock.
In terms of
before
TNA,
with
in terms of
Kenny
TNA.
King, I haven't seen him as far as his
Ring of Poopy days.
small amount of fans have seen him in Ring of Honor and think he's fantastic.
Who? What's that? What's that called?
I'm not going to call it that. Even though I kind of don't like the promotion. That's the side thing. But,
it used to be good.
But I
It used to
haven't
be
seen that. When people are saying, oh, he was good in Ring of Honor, I haven't seen that. I can't say that he was or wasn't.
Of course.
All that matters now is that he's not good in TNA.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
He doesn't belong to me in the X division.
Yeah,
He's not all that fast paced.
No, he's not. He can't have a fast-paced match. That's what I was saying. I mean, even when I was when I first started watching him back in January against his first of a million matches with Zema Ion, I said the match was all right. I enjoyed it because I wasn't watching it as an X Division match.
Right.
I was just there to watch
Two guys.
a wrestling match,
Yeah.
whatever. But now that little by little, I started to say, well, this is the X Division.
Yeah.
This is something that caught my eye years ago, and at this point, nothing's really happened, but, I'll give it more time. Here we are in May, and he still brings nothing new to the table.
No.
And to the extent now where they're having matches, triple threat matches, where he's not involved.
Yeah.
Now, don't tell me it's because it's number one contendership. No, what they're doing is actually kind of smart. They're having him as champion, but they're having these number one contendership matches to have X Division matches where Kenny King's not involved.
Yeah.
And these have been the most entertaining ones. What was last time? It was Chris Sabin, Zema Ion, and Sanjay Dutt.
Sunday up.
It was great.
It was.
You
It
guys.
looked
Don't.
like you were gonna say something.
No, I'm reading ridiculous comments. How this was a great show.
And speaking of, well,
It was still
it was
not a
amazing.
bad show.
Yeah, it was an amazing show. It made Friday that much better. That's why the sun is out. But
It
then
wasn't a bad show.
no, it wasn't. Just you have to put up with Kenny King for a little while, but
Thank you.
We need to keep him
Anyway.
away from technology. Then the Dirty Lesbian. I'm gonna just call him that.
Dirty
I don't care. I'm a
Lesbian.
fan of Chris Sabin's. But calling him Dirty Lesbian, it's for me. It's too late to go back.
He did look like a dirty lesbian.
He,
then. Oh
he
my
looks like
God.
it every week. But
But then what's Wes Briscoe then? Because he has that dirty
he's a
lesbian.
clown.
Oh, he's a
it's true. It's so true.
he's a clown.
But I feel like Kenny King killed the crowd so terribly
Yeah,
that there wasn't much of a pop
and it blows
for
because
Sabin either.
Someone says he has great mic skills.
Who?
Kenny King.
If you say that he completely ignores the reaction he gets,
You know what
as
you-
having great writing skills,
you know
then yeah.
you call that? That's called a troll. Where they'll go on the internet and they'll just write something for the sake of writing something or to piss somebody off. But at the same time, make themselves seem like an idiot. It's like
No,
it's like
they're smarter. They're smarter
it's-
than you.
No. It's
They're
like
arrogant.
it's like
but
when
what they say doesn't matter.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like when someone goes on YouTube, watches the Avengers trailer, and then posts, "Well, where's Batman?" That's what that is. So
That's true.
just
You know
some
what, though?
moron putting
That
down a
was-
comment because
That to me was a bad example because that absolutely wouldn't work on me. I
Yeah.
would see right through that
but
sort of comment, but I
but
can
I
see how
s-
that would just
it
boil
pisses
somebody's
off
blood.
the usual, like, especially if you're a fan of one
Yeah.
and not a fan of the other one. What I'm saying here is that obviously we can see through that comment because obviously Kenny King does not have great mic skills. So
at least. And I try to be as fair as I can. At least in TNA.
yeah,
I don't know what he did in Ring of Honor.
That's what he did in Ring of Honor. I've seen, and it was great. He was tag team. That's pretty much what he should be in, a tag team, not an X Division, maybe singles competitor, but like TV title or just a jobber.
I want to even go farther maybe and say that this could either be as fair as I could be or maybe too fair. TNA is the best wrestling show.
it is out of all of them. I would say.
Impact is the best out of WWE, TNA.
Would you include NXT in that though?
I don't know.
That's tough.
But see, this
Because
is
this is it.
this is where I'm actually gonna defend WWE at one point. When it comes to pay-per-views, they do put on some good matches.
But so does TNA. TNA always has good matches.
Well, that could be that's
Compared to
a good
WWE.
discussion. That's a good discussion. But I would say that week in and week out, when you compare all the television shows, TNA usually does have the better wrestling matches.
Well, now think about this. We only had 3 matches.
Mhm.
Bunch of promos. That's same thing.
There's more than 3 matches.
No, but I'm
Main
saying
event.
even if you have just 3 matches, a lot of times those 3 matches will be better than
The-
most of the matches that
Yeah,
WWE
the
Main
puts on.
quality of the matches.
Right.
I understand that.
And the sad thing is, in order to find quality WWE matches, you have to go to main event or NXT.
Yeah, those mid
But that's-
card guys are
but-
where all the good matches are.
But
Yeah.
now we're starting to see, okay, Ambrose and Bryan. And
But they're not in all those many matches.
no, they're not. But we're starting to see it.
They're
Which
starting
is nice.
Yeah,
At
they're
some
starting
point-
to be every week. Yeah.
You need to have 2 really good wrestlers. Like, and I don't know if you want to say it was because of the crowd or whatever, but the Sheamus Orton match that nobody was behind.
Yeah.
Those are your main event guys.
No one's behind them because they suck.
Exactly.
Damian
All the
Sandow
mid-
was perfect. He said
all
everything.
The mid card guys are where it's at.
Yeah.
TNA, it isn't only just the main event guys going up against each other. You have all these different kinds of matches, all these different divisions,
Exactly.
and they're just. They have almost a match for every type. That's there. They have the knockouts,
They
tag team, X division. Even though if they don't have a match, they have promos going toward it,
Yeah.
and then they have throughout encompassing the whole episode. They have that main event story that's going on.
And you know what I like?
WWE doesn't do that.
One of the things that I like very much is that they have yet to, as far as I've been watching, bury their tag team division the way WWE seems to do every now and then. Where, Big Show will come in and take out 3 tag teams single-handedly.
That's awesome.
It's
just
stupid.
kidding.
It's stupid because,
No, it is stupid. Very
And I
stupid.
have not seen that from TNA where they bury one of their
But
divisions.
2-hour show.
You know what would be great is if they did that again. They have Big Show come out, because he's still a heel, during a tag team match, or just for no reason have a triple threat tag team match. Come out to do the same old beatdown that he does on tag teams, but it doesn't work this time.
That'd be nice to see.
That's
because
all you
once-
need. You just need that one moment where
'Cause
the
it's
tag
6
team
on
division...
1.
Exactly.
themselves.
It's 6 on 1.
It's so
Come on.
unrealistic for him to take out 6 guys at once.
Yeah.
Like, alright, if you want to do that for a Royal Rumble, alright, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Because
you know,
he's just
and I
throwing
got
them
the
out of the
per-
ring.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I got the perfect people. Fucking Dactyl, what do I call it? Tons of Funk. Usos.
No, take out Tons of Funk, because those are bigger guys.
Usos.
Usos was on my list.
Primetime players.
Primetime
could
players,
be
3MB.
included in that.
Well, that would be more than 6 guys.
Well, no, it'd be minus, either Heath Slater or...
Yeah, you just have to have the tag team division be able to defend themselves
Yeah,
against one guy.
especially when it's 6 guys.
Yeah.
But we
But
should be
that-
talking about TNA.
No, but
back to TNA.
that's what I was talking about though.
Yeah.
Is that I have yet to see any of that from
Yeah.
TNA. TNA at this point has not buried any of their divisions really.
They will. Just give it time. Next we get back to the Aces and Eights Clubhouse. Where, once again, D'Lo is pretty much has to get cold beers for everyone.
Yeah.
Make sure
And then
they're
who is it?
cold.
Wes Briscoe has to get the ladies?
Yes.
I
Oh,
guess-
but that's right. If they
So I
win,
guess they're saying he has to buy the prostitutes.
Yes.
I'm not
yes.
entirely sure.
Yeah. Because Wes Briscoe isn't going to get any.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely not with that
That
face.
clown.
Clown- that
face.
clown.
Weird clown face.
He should be our new Doink.
That stupid hair.
Just picture the Doink.
Doink the
Just
clown.
everything. It's Doink. It's
I
Doink
know,
the
that's
Clown
just
all over
scary.
again. It is scary. Next, we're going to Hogan's office, and Angle's music hits, and he's saying they're out of time. And Hogan's like, "Oh my
Wait,
god!"
did we digress that much? Because this was the same promo where they're talking about how he can't go out and wrestle.
Is it?
That was all the same promo.
Oh well. I guess it took
When
them a
Kurt
long
Angle
time
was
to
like, "Oh, the
try.
doctor said you can't wrestle."
Yeah.
I don't know how we got in these different topics,
I don't know.
but yeah, the music starts playing. That's our music. We gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta go now. Now. So I guess Kurt Angle and Sting go to the ring. It's Kurt Angle and Sting and Blankety versus Bully Ray, Devon, and Ken Anderson. Rob, I just went to the end of the match.
But you saw the sweet drop.
I
kick.
did see the sweet drop kick from Bully Ray. I give him credit on that.
He did a drop kick, and then was it Sting? I think Sting did a drop kick. Somebody else did a drop kick. But it was interesting because, as simple as those moves might be, you never see them.
Yeah.
You don't see it from Bully Ray
Oh, right,
specifically.
Excuse me, for Betty, like big guy.
Yeah,
It's nice to see. But
but you don't even need to be that big.
no,
It's just certain guys you won't see it from.
we do see something that happens backstage where all the aces and ace members are got down.
What's interesting
Oh
though?
my goodness.
Oh
is
my
that,
goodness.
Like, oh, who did this? What happened? Aside from the commentary mistake that I'll point out later, they're like, oh, what's going on? Who's doing that? But you see somebody walk away.
Yeah, right?
You see Boots walk away. Like, the camera guy doesn't look up, doesn't pan up.
He's
What is
he's in
this?
shock. And
He's in
looking
shock.
At,
He's just got to look down.
and at this point, you like to say you called stuff.
Yeah, right?
I called this. I mean, we said Abyss.
You did. You did.
I'm the
I
man.
disagree. I think that it's going to turn out to be D'Lo.
You thought it was going to be D'Lo?
I think the beatdown backstage.
Uh-huh.
It's either D'Lo or AJ Styles.
Mhm.
Those are my two picks.
It could, yeah. At this point,
so wait,
at this,
just Abyss returned?
You don't see who attacked the guys backstage.
right. So
I'm not talking about what happens in the match.
so at
I'm
this
talking
point-
about backstage.
he's thinking, because you saw the boot or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's thinking, maybe D'Lo is.
But it was like a shoe or something. Because
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly, I saw a white shoe or boot, which doesn't match any of those guys.
Right.
Any of those three people named. But my second comment was, right after that happens, they're asking Taz on commentary what that's about.
Yeah.
And he responds correctly by, why would I don't know anything about this? Because it's like they don't know what they're even talking about.
Yeah. Why would
Aces and
Taz
eights
know
got
who-
beat up.
Exactly.
Why would he know who beat them up?
What's this about, Taz?
It's stupid.
Because they're like
commentary.
reading off paper. They don't have
Yeah, I
monitors.
know.
They just read off the script and I guess don't know what they're even talking about.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I am gonna take a look to see if I see anything.
Alright. It's right in the corner, like to the top right of the screen. It's right toward the end, right before they cut it, I guess. But yeah, the match turns in favor of the good guys.
yeah.
Because Abyss does return.
Abyss with those extensions, those wet extensions.
Okay, we see them down.
Is that it? No.
It's like you see a boot and then a shadow, kind of, because there's a light source.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I see the shadow.
No,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
sneakers.
Yeah, it was white sneakers.
But
I don't think Abyss was he wearing white
No,
sneakers
he
when
No,
he came out?
he was in wrestling gear.
Oh goodness. So either Abyss changed really fast, or just somebody backstage didn't
I mean,
get out
either
of
way,
the-
if it's supposed to hint at the person who did it,
Mhm.
or if it's a mistake that you weren't supposed to catch somebody
Uh-huh.
back there, or like it was just somebody walking through the background type of thing.
oops,
Somebody
someone
messed
made a
up.
mistake.
Yeah, either you messed up or it's gonna be a reveal somewhere.
Yeah. I hear you.
But
But Abyss comes out with
yes,
I couldn't figure it out. I was sitting there like, is it a wig or extensions?
I
I'm
couldn't
gonna-
really
if-
tell because it's white. It's wet. I
It's
should
wet,
say.
yeah. So I don't know if anybody knows this. Joseph Park and Abyss, same guy.
No, they're not.
yes they are.
I don't know what
Anyway,
you guys are
that's
talking about.
anyway. This was what I was waiting for at the beginning of the show. I want somebody to tell me, why did Joseph Park come into TNA? I thought it was to find his brother.
Yes.
Well, maybe. Well, Joseph Park he was beat down last week, was he not?
He gets beat down a lot though.
Yes, but Abyss had enough, and he
Don't
came
you
back.
remember when Joseph Park got kidnapped
I do.
Yeah. I
and
do.
like tortured?
But Abyss also got kidnapped at one point, didn't he? Oh wait, no, that was Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
I
Samoa
that-
Joe.
But my question is
They never followed up with that. That's still a cliffhanger.
what?
To this day, when Samoa Joe got kidnapped.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
they're
I'm
gonna-
talking about. This was my question from the very beginning of the show. Why did Joseph Park, anybody that's been watching longer than us, maybe when Joseph Park came in, why did he come into TNA? I thought, it was my understanding, that it was because he was looking for his brother.
Right.
Well, we found him.
Exactly my point.
We
Yeah.
found him
Joseph Park will probably have a.
Hogan had him on,
on
his phone. You couldn't tell Joseph where his brother was?
Well, maybe he couldn't find his number.
You could, yeah. All of a sudden,
It happens all the time.
Right.
Well, really, it does.
And this opens up another thing. If I'm wrong, and that's not the story, I want to know what the story is. Because they've even had Abyss when he was with Dr. Stevie, I think. You start using his real name. Joseph
Yes.
Park. It was on his attire, I
Yep.
think, and all that. So, is the story that they're ignoring that? And you're not supposed to know what his real name is? Are they brothers? Or is this a new angle for Abyss, like he's schizophrenic or
It's
whatever?
TNA. It's
But But they
You
still
know?
have pretty good storylines that make sense,
No,
sorta, somewhere.
They do.
They don't kind
in
of
a
just drop
way,
storylines
but
out
it
of
seems
nowhere.
like they dropped. Okay, same thing. Joseph Parks looking for his brother Abyss. Oh, magically Hulk Hogan
Did you
has
say
his
Parks
number.
again?
I said Joseph Parks.
It's Park!
And
Park, and Park!
It's different.
Park Incorporated.
Correct you constantly.
Okay, Joseph Parks.
Say it again.
Joseph Park.
Alright, whatever. That's weird.
Can I finish?
I'm trying to let you.
Okay. You sure? Positive?
Dead air is great air.
It is,
That's what
isn't
I'm
it?
looking at.
That's a lot of dead air. But they dropped basically the brother storyline.
Well, no, I mean,
That's what I'm wondering is-
for all we know,
So-
next week
so-
we could have a
no,
Joseph
but
Park
we do have next
promo
week.
where
And how
he says it.
interesting! Joseph Park is back.
Called it.
You should team with his
You
brother.
get to call it. I call it as well. I call stuff too.
I'm just saying I called it.
That's fine. No, you're welcome to.
Joseph Park is obviously going to address the return of Abyss.
He doesn't. He's in a match.
Oh,
But
interesting.
that wraps TNA Sting, Kurt Angle, and Abyss win.
Wait, is this the spoilers where they just have matches and they don't talk
Yes.
what promos they are? Well, he could
Pretty
still
much.
have a promo.
Well, you know, like I said, who knows? But what was the question you wanted
I
to
already
ask?
addressed the
Oh, okay.
question. What's
So-
up with the storyline? I want to know because we didn't watch it back then.
That is true.
They could have changed it or, like you said, dropped it or whatever. But it was to my understanding that this was a storyline. I could be wrong.
So no, you're right. You're right. But now this is where it gets interesting with Joseph Park and Abyss and all that kind of stuff. This is spoilers for next week. Jay Bradley beats Christian York to earn a spot in the Bound for Glory series. Velvet Sky beat Gail Kim. Kim attacked Velvet after the
What?
match. Yeah. Sorry.
So,
Well, she's
so
the
that
champion.
so that build up for Gil
We're
Kim
going
just
monster
lose
heel?
again.
Hulk Hogan calls out Abyss, but Joseph Park comes out. Ace and Nate's come out, and Hogan makes Park versus D'Lo for later in the show.
Well, there you go.
Wait.
There will probably be the promo.
Say that again? Joseph Park comes out calling out
Yes.
Abyss.
No, Hulk
Hogan-
Hogan called out Abyss, but Joseph Park
Okay, alright.
comes out instead.
Right, so that's
Ace
where I'm
and
assuming
Nate's come out-
they'll address the Joseph
out-
Park Abyss situation.
Yes, and made Hogan made Park versus D'Lo Brown later in the show. We get, oh boy, this is gonna piss off Ant-Man. Kenny King defeats...
Oh, the triple threat match.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, Chris Sabin and Petey Williams.
Seriously, I was looking forward to this match because I was ready for a new champion.
Of course, I think everyone was. Kenny King wins again.
It doesn't say who he pinned or anything?
No.
It was
If whoever
probably
gets
Chris
pinned
Sabin.
gets taken out. Yeah, I'm thinking Sabin.
Oh,
No, not Sabin.
boy.
It's probably Petey Williams.
Yeah, this is gonna be a sucky.
Because Sabin's in the company.
Is he?
Williams isn't.
This is gonna suck even more. Hernandez beats Christopher Daniels.
For what?
Just a match.
Just the
That's not
match.
that bad. He's the big guy, whatever. He's supposed to be powerful.
Joseph Park beats D'Lo Brown. Park got busted open, saw his blood, and flipped out. He used the Black Hole Slam to win. And the Bully Ray versus Sting contract signing for Slammiversary was next. Sting wanted a holds barred stipulation, and Bully Ray agreed. Ray added, if Sting loses, he can never challenge for the TNA World Heavyweight title. Never, ever, 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 ever again.
Okay.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Until the next faction
Right.
tries to take over TNA.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting that you say that he flipped out and used the Black Hole Slam. Joseph
Right.
Park. Because I remember when
This
I was
happened
reading
before.
those one night only things before I realized or was told that these are pre-recorded and that they're going to air months later.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you guys that Joseph Park used the Black Hole Slam.
Yeah.
And I made up my own little storyline about him being crazy or as an homage or whatever the hell I came up with. Maybe this is going to turn out that he's crazy and it's
Maybe.
just the one guy.
So that's TNA for you next week. We do have some news real quick. A couple indie stars did sign, but that's be cleared for medical testing and stuff. Mike Bennett.
None of these guys I've seen. I might have seen Mike Bennett because I read this I think this morning, but I'm not familiar with him. I don't. The name sounds familiar. I don't remember what he looks like or anything like that.
Okay. You know Sammy Callahan?
Nope. Heard the name a lot. Heard a lot of people talking big about him.
Sean Ricker.
No, I saw a list before and I don't
Okay.
know who any of them are.
Also, that Damian Sandow and John Cena did a talk show segment called The Damian Sandow Show at a recent NXT TV taping. This may have been a tryout for a new SmackDown segment.
Mm-hmm.
Possible.
What's interesting is I'm gonna bring up my beef with you soon. And,
Oh boy.
I just had a brain fart. I don't know what I was gonna
Well,
about to say.
you.
Oh no, about house shows. I've read a couple, spoilers or whatever from house shows, and they've had NXT guys come up,
Yes.
have matches, and they're just dead. The crowd doesn't care, and it's interesting because I know how great they are, no matter who it is.
Of course.
You put any of them in a match, they should get a reaction. But I was reading other people's comments on this matter, and they had a better insight than I do. Of course, they're not going to get a reaction. People are going to these shows to see specific people.
Right.
Like guys that they know about from Raw or SmackDown. You're throwing out these guys into matches that why am I going to care when these two guys, I don't even know who they are.
All right, let me tell. Let me.
These two guys in a match, I don't know who they are. I don't really care who's going to win.
Let me tell you something. When I went to the first
Brother.
access, touche. When I went to the first access, okay, it was the NXT. Like I said, it was all NXT Thursday through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, I think it was Paige was in the ring and stuff like that. Then
Right.
Adrian Neville came out,
Right.
got no cheer
Mhm.
until he started wrestling. He got cheers. He started doing all his high flying stuff. And
But
got
at the
cheered.
event, it was a much smaller crowd from the pictures I saw that you posted. This
Yes.
was 20 people.
More, because remember, I was up close, but there's more people in the back.
Oh, it seemed like you were in like the middle or the back.
Yeah, no, I was almost in the middle.
Okay.
But Sunday show was right up
Right.
front. Like I was slapping hands with the wrestlers and
Right.
stuff like that. But there was a lot more people because that's what people go for. They go for the matches. Like some people go for the signing and stuff, but some people want to go to see just the matches because for $60 you get ground floor.
I kind of don't believe that though, because you're not gonna tell me you bought tickets to see matches when you don't even know who's gonna be in the match.
Well, I did. I talked to Steve Off was there. Steve, he's
I
the
know
wrestler.
who that is.
And
I'm aware of who that
Yeah,
person
we
is.
know. Yes, he was just there for the wrestling. And
But he's not the average person.
Yeah, the average person isn't trying to get into WWE. They're just the average fan, I would think, is there to meet.
The average fan
superstars.
isn't a wrestler themselves.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yeah,
Like
That
he
makes
would be in our kind of group of people.
Mhm.
You kind of know about these people or something else. He would know more than being a wrestler. But
oh, definitely.
if I went and I knew NXT was going to be there, I would be
there for
there
the
before
matches.
they
Yeah.
even set the ring up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I watch NXT.
Of course.
But like the average person who just bought access tickets are going to be there for the autographs
signings.
and
Autographs
stuff like
and
that,
stuff
not
like
for the wrestling match.
But the only thing good about that, while you were waiting for the autograph, you can actually watch the action.
Yeah.
So at the same time, you're basically,
Yeah.
but it's fun being closer. From like a distance, it's okay.
Right.
When you're like up close and personal, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, but it took Neville a while to get the crowd going once
Yeah,
he
because
started
no
doing
one
flying.
knows who he is.
Exactly.
The average person, I guess. Not.
But a lot of people knew who
Nobody.
Paige was right off the bat.
I think that maybe they think she's hot. It's difficult.
It's
You have
difficult.
a lot of guys being there, even if they don't know who the person is. If you think the person's attractive, you're gonna start cheering for them or whatever. So I don't know how much weight that actually holds.
Right.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, she's great,
Oh, definitely.
but I know that I've watched her matches.
We have Christian. Why he hasn't returned yet?
I don't want to hear this, okay?
Yeah,
Christian
Because
has been cleared to return
I'm
to
so
action,
not interested in what the dirt sheets have to
but
say about
is
Christian.
waiting on
It's the
WWE. WWE.
I'm not listening to you. It's the whole Orton going heel thing. Where
Will
now
you wait a second?
Now there's a new excuse as to why he's not back.
Well, this is WWE creative because they
Yeah.
want him to come up with a
Uh-huh.
storyline for him to bring him back.
Yeah.
Sin Cara returns next week, and Christian should be back shortly after.
Oh yeah,
So-
he should be back sometime after.
Yeah, right.
Sin Cara, who's
Wait.
already confirmed he's going to be there next week.
And
Right.
no,
Wasn't Miz supposed to return to this Raw?
yes, no date is set for Evan Bourne's return, but he worked one match in development and was not ready yet.
Good.
I'm much more interested in reading about house show results or whatever than what dirt sheets have to say.
Yeah.
Because house show is just, this is what happened, take it for what it's worth.
Right.
Since it's house show, it kind of doesn't matter, but they could be testing things to try on a bigger scale. But anything dirt sheets have to say, just throw it out the window.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because they're what they say is just vague enough to be true at any point. Like, look forward to Orton going heel in the future.
Still waiting.
Thanks.
Update on Summer Rae as Fandango's dancer, and the original Extreme Rule plans for Fandango and Jericho. As seen on Monday, Summer Rae was not there.
Yeah, but
Fandango.
it seems like she's doing like the Saturday things. I mean, not Saturday, like the SmackDown things.
Okay.
Because she wasn't there for Raw, obviously, but then I think she tweeted or something saying that she was going to be there for SmackDown.
Okay.
We'll
So it's one of those things that maybe they didn't want to pay. I don't know. It doesn't seem to work out. They don't want to pay for her traveling, but they'll pay this other woman to travel. I don't know. But
now the match at Extreme Rules was supposed to be a dance-off. Chris Jericho,
Raw, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on Raw. Thank God.
Because it's dumb.
Yes, very dumb, but I called it Ant-Man.
It's exciting. Yes, you did.
I called that.
Almost. Yeah. No, you did. I'm
I
really
was
excited
off with
for
the
that.
front, but I did call it. There was going to be a stupid dance-off. I was off with the first one.
I think everybody knew that was going to happen, though.
You had the Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, versus Dancing with the Stars.
Super lame, but this is one of Vince's latest pet projects, so...
What, the
Fandango?
Fandango?
Yep.
Fandango.
I breathe the A's.
I breathe the A's. Also, we had Triple H asked a question. I guess a fan asked a question.
Mm-hmm. Where's your six-pack?
Yeah, right. When
I
is
thought that was legit for a second. I thought
no,
that Ben really does that.
When is the WWE Network happening? And Triple H replied, "It is coming."
Dirt sheet answer.
I hold that in higher regards than dirt sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Also, Bellas are gonna reveal who Caitlyn's secret admirer is.
Yes. Oh boy.
It's gonna be one of them.
Possibly.
But
Yes, it is.
I don't understand where.
Well, we know we got.
What even the point of the storyline was.
Yeah, because I understand in NXT's case it was for the return of somebody.
Yeah.
In this case, unless someone's returning that I don't know about,
It would have to be someone that is a heel, obviously, or I don't think they'll do another Mickie James where she's a psycho fan or whatever.
No.
But it's a returning heel who's mad about something, and the Bellas also know who it is.
Well, you're both wrong. The Bella Twins may be revealed as Caitlyn's secret admirer.
So we're both wrong when you just said maybe. So we're not wrong.
Well,
They obviously know who the person is.
It's them.
But you just said maybe revealed to be the admirer. So we're not wrong.
It's that. No, I was just reading off here. Sorry.
I'm reading the dirt sheets and not even reading them correctly.
Sorry.
God,
Okay.
I'll stay out of this.
Yes, thank you, man.
You can't stay out of it.
You can't stay out of it.
You know he's wrong by saying that we were wrong when he read maybe.
Silence!
You should be silent. It's like he said.
Okay, let me read
it's
it
gonna
again.
Be revealed. It's gonna be revealed that it's Brie. No, you said maybe revealed to
Bella
be one of
Twins
them.
may be revealed as
Maybe.
Caitlyn's secret admirer.
Not definitely.
The idea would be that they have been playing a cruel joke on the Divas Champion.
Which is stupid.
It is stupid. That's what I was trying to finish.
You're stupid. Not you necessarily, but reading that was stupid.
Silence!
You should be silent. Stop using it.
Hey, Rob. Guess
The
what?
best would be if
Guess
it was
what?
Kali.
Yes, Rob
It would
is
be
fat.
great if it was Kali. Even though it makes no sense. And I'm with John, because I had no idea what he was saying on Raw.
Yeah, oh my god.
No idea what he was
Blah,
talking
blah,
about.
blah, 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 more blah.
It's very coherent. I can't believe you guys didn't understand that.
Natalia seemed to be the only one that understood what he said. Because even Caitlyn tried to play it off like, what was that?
She understands gibberish, blabberish, whatever you want to call it.
It wasn't gibberish. It was a pipe bomb.
It was a pipe bomb?
Yeah.
What did he say, Ant-Man?
You guys didn't hear from him. You're not gonna understand it from me. So.
Can you say it for us?
Enunciate the words.
He says that he's sick of people saying that he can't wrestle, and that he once killed a man while wrestling a match. So
that was that guy's fault.
That was that guy's fault.
Hey, you know that in wrestling,
how does that even work into what was going on?
Because
in this
he's sick of being put in these situations like dance-offs and sing-alongs and kiss cams and all that stuff. He's tired of this.
By the way, this is once a world heavyweight champion. Just letting you guys know.
Hey, it happens.
That's the stupidest theme song ever. Stupid.
It's a great song.
What? Listening to
Kali's theme song is amazing.
what the?
Yes.
Whatever you want to call it. It's ridiculous.
It's an amazing song. You should have it as your ringtone, John.
It's
Since
funny
you have all
'cause-
these wrestling
'cause it's
themes.
interesting that you read that about the Bellas because I remember reading about a week ago, if not a week ago, a couple days ago,
That it would be AJ?
it being involved with the Dolph Ziggler faction.
Okay.
So maybe it's that too.
Man, I thought this was your favorite song, Ant-Man.
No. It's a stupid song.
You know,
It's burying the superstar because obviously he's not taking wrestling seriously. He's playing around.
No, he is
And
not.
that's why he hasn't been on TV for a while because nobody cares about
but
it.
here's my beef with you,
Huh.
and I want this to be clarified. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm kidding around.
Oh, I do have the Kali theme.
There you go. No, you gotta do Mark Henry's version.
Alright, stop it. Come on.
Alright.
Come on, somebody's gonna get mad about that.
Yeah, right.
Someone's gonna be like, yeah, take that video down.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, you.
That might have the curses in it. You might want to watch out. 'Cause there's
I know,
curses in that. There's curses in that song.
Is there?
Yeah, I know the song.
In the beginning?
It's fine, don't listen to me. Just keep
It's only.
playing.
It's like only the beginning. So.
I need you to clear this up on here.
Okay.
Don't be in character. Don't be messing around. 'cause
Alright,
I'm gonna get really mad about it.
Yeah, I knew it'd get to you.
I'm gonna get really, really
I
mad
was
about
joking
it.
around. I don't not like Bray or Husky Harris. I thought it was.
Let Rob speak, please.
No,
He was telling me to talk.
Yes.
He was telling me to talk.
Listen,
I enjoy the family storyline. I really
Alright.
do. And like I said, I do like the NXT storylines, and a lot of times I think they're better than the Raw or SmackDown storylines, which is also why I think they're taking the Diva storyline from NXT and putting it into the whole. You have a secret admirer? Just kidding. It was us. You know what I mean? You know, and it works, but even Raw can't do it right because there is nobody returning or whatever. But no, I do
They
not
did it
have.
pretty well with Mickey James, though. Using
They
the
did.
deal.
So why do you have a big problem with Ant-Man?
Because he said
I
that he was
purpose-
never a fan of him and all that, which is fine if you're not.
Yeah, I was never a big look. I was talking trash about it on the show just to get your attention. I don't hate Husky Harris. I'm not a fan,
Right.
but I recognize that he still can move in the ring despite the fact that he's a big guy.
Yeah.
What did you call him?
Huh? Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that bothers me too. Is that a joke?
Yeah,
Because I know John can't say it. Cause
Bray Wyatt.
so
This is
irritating.
the first time
Um,
I'm not getting the brunt of this. Okay,
Yes.
I'm enjoying
The
this.
Wyatt family.
Because it really bugged me.
I really want them to bring up the Wyatt
The
family.
Wyatt
Um,
family.
You know, I can understand if you're the casual fan. When NXT was on TV, you just flip around. Somehow you ended up on Sci-Fi. I think it was on at the time, which is a
Accidentally.
great show to be on the Sci-Fi Network.
Ain't it?
And just see this fat guy with kind of stringy hair or whatever, with this weird strap beard thing going on or
What's
whatever
wrong with
he
the
had
weird
at the time.
strap beard thing?
He's fat.
No, but I like it though because it's just
not,
a new
it's not
look. It's a different kind of
Rob, what is he?
It's fat. Well, there's no denying that.
thing. Yeah.
But, you know, you see him, you're not going to be interested. You're like, oh, this is a fat guy, whatever. But he cuts crazy promos.
He does.
Even at NXT. Like, I just like, he should go somewhere just because of the promos he cuts. Because that seems to matter more a lot of the time than
Yeah.
actual ring work.
I see.
But then
that,
you
too.
see him in the ring. And that guy moves at 100 miles an hour.
He did.
At the time, yeah, he could do that and then get blown up. But he could still do it.
Yeah, it looked funny though because he's doing it in these small wrestling trunks.
Yeah.
And what NXT's doing right is they've given him more than that. He's actually
Well,
wearing
they've changed his
clothes while he
character.
wrestles. Yeah,
He's gone through a couple of characters in the meantime. I haven't seen them,
right.
but except for like a picture or something here and there on the internet. But Bray Wyatt now, he's definitely got it covered. He has more tattoos now too,
He
but
does okay.
they keep him covered up.
All right. Well, that's how it should be. Like I don't understand that. That's one of the things that a long time ago in another show that I brought up. Like everyone for some reason has gone to the standard wrestling trunks,
Yeah.
and it bothered me. Because when we were watching Royal Rumbles from '94 and '96,
Everybody
We get-
gets something different.
everyone had something different. I mean, you have tons of different, gear, and I like that.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Every now and then we'll get, Just the same sort of attire. Yeah, different design or whatever, but it's the same thing.
Well, you know, like if you want to go that,
That's why I like the Shield.
You had
them
Ra-
wrestling in there.
oh no, definitely. Like, you know, you
Swag
had,
or whatever you want to
you had
call it.
Razor Ramon's trunks with like razors on them, which
Right.
was cool.
But I mean,
You
look
know?
at everybody else from that era. You had Shawn Michaels with long tights. You had
Put a bunch
Big
of
Daddy
hearts on
Cool.
them.
You had Big Daddy Cool Diesel with what do you call that?
I don't know. It's not a
He
singlet.
had like
because
these leather
the
pants.
singlet
and
has the one strap. I don't
Yes.
remember what the double strap is.
Twosies.
Right. Then you had Doink the Clown. I mean, how much he was like completely covered.
Yeah.
And
bodysuit.
even the Attitude Era, you can go.
Yeah,
You can look at how.
Bam Bam Bigelow had the all fire, like,
Right.
you know.
You had the Undertaker wearing whatever you call that. But I mean,
Whatever
again,
you call
that's
that.
what I'm talking about, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you had a lot of
Yokozuna?
different. Yeah, with sumo pants,
Yep.
or whatever you want to call it. You had different types of.
Big
You
boss
had a
man.
lot of things to look at.
Yeah.
Let me put it that
yeah.
way.
Now everybody's pretty much the same.
Generic.
Pretty much, and I'm glad that they added
Except for
this
Cena.
to. Well, yeah, he has the jean shorts.
And that's it.
No,
No, because
it starts-
JTG has that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Khakis and a.
Oh no, actually JTG I think went to trunks.
Yes,
He
he
went
went
to
to
trunks.
trunks.
You see? You see?
They all go
Yeah,
to
the ones
trunks.
that
look the same.
the one that I see that are different are John Cena. You now you have all
He
the.
had 3 different shirts on Raw.
I know. Did you
Yeah,
notice that?
I noticed
The
that.
yellow
Never
one,
did.
the white one, and the dark blue one.
The navy blue,
That
yeah.
was amazing.
Like how?
Only
what?
John Cena could do that. No, but you have
That
John
means you
Cena
have
with
to
the
get
jean
the other
shorts.
2 shirts. So
I
now
know.
when we do the show, like after half an hour, Roxy, you just take off one
Yeah,
shirt.
after we review each hour of Raw, I'll put on a different Cena shirt or something.
You have to get the champion one. You have to get the navy blue one. That's what everyone's saying. The color is it's navy blue. I'd like to
The
see
yellow,
that.
the navy blue, and the white.
But no, but I do not hate the Wyatt family, and I do not hate Bray Wyatt. Not at all.
I'm ignoring that part because I know you know how to say it, but about the attires,
I know, I'm
NXT,
saying it
it's
right.
Another thing with NXT is they all have the different looks.
Yeah, they do.
Even the divas.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
wear different
absolutely, yeah. So
I enjoyed that.
I worry though with the Wyatt family if any or all of them get called up because they're good faction.
Mhm.
I heard they are supposed to get called up.
Here's my problem though is
Uh
is that gimmick gonna work for a grander stage?
oh. You gotta try it.
They
For
got-
that bigger stage.
I feel like they gotta give it a shot.
You do have to give it a shot, that's true.
Of course.
But I worry because I enjoy it so much and it kinda hasn't done
I
anything
mean,
in
look at the
NXT.
Shield. I mean, look where
Yeah,
they are
but Shield
now.
just came out of nowhere.
I know, which was
They
nice.
came out of nowhere. I have at least my idea of the Wyatt family. And what they look like and all and what they're about.
Mhm.
And then either it's gonna be the same and other people aren't gonna enjoy it, or they're gonna change it and I'm not gonna enjoy it anymore.
Now,
Yeah.
I do want to ask you guys a question because I was having this argument with a friend at work, and out of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins,
Well, was it? I mean,
Roman
this
Reigns.
sort of doesn't matter. Was it a guy, a girl, who?
guy.
Okay,
Okay, and
I had a good joke lined up. It did matter.
according to out of those
out
three,
of the members of the Shield,
who do you see going far in the WWE?
if and this I'm pretty serious about this. If Roman Reigns could work on promos or wrestling ability, he'd be the top guy for the WWE.
I think you're wrong. Actually,
In the WWE, he's huge.
I
If he
understand
could
that.
wrestle, if he just did better promos, he'd be higher on the list in the WWE. I'm not
That's
saying
the
The
key.
from
reason why I'm
That's the
going
from my point of view. I'm just saying that's how it is.
now, from my point of view, Dean Ambrose.
They
Only
would-
reason why. Why would the Undertaker, out of all people, choose Dean Ambrose to work with? He could have picked anyone else from the Shield.
That's not true because Dean Ambrose, as far as we know, he can wrestle, he cuts promos, but whether they say there's a leader or not, Dean Ambrose is the leader of the Shield.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
You're gonna face the Undertaker. It's the only guy that makes sense.
But it could have been Roman Reigns, the big tough guy.
But it's been fairly established.
No, because
that-
you're not gonna make the strongest guy in the team look weak.
I see that because now, if you think about it, I think Roman Reigns is the only one who hasn't been in a singles match.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so
And from me seeing him on NXT, it's been 2 or 3 matches, and they're squash matches. I haven't seen him in a really big
Exactly.
ring, and in all their matches, he's not the one getting most
he's
of the
not
match.
getting. You're
he
right.
comes in and spears the guy.
Yeah.
But that's the problem.
Well, that's why you're saying that if he can work on.
If he could work on
Well, that's
wrestling ability or promos.
let's see him in a singles match before we can even judge. Dean Ambrose, we've seen him. We've seen the past. We see the future. Come on, how don't you go nuts for Bryan and Dean Ambrose? I mean, it's tonight.
I'm not saying I'm not going wild for it. I'm saying, you asked me a question. I'm looking at it from the WWE's point of view.
I know that's what you're.
Their track history of who's their big guys. It's the big guy.
Yeah.
I understand that, but if not Roman Reigns, because we haven't seen him in a singles match yet, and he could fail. You know, Seth Rollins, I see him as a U.S. champion or Intercontinental champion, nothing else, because he just doesn't have that right gimmick.
He
Dean Ambrose,
was the inaugural NXT champion.
No, I think he can go farther. I mean,
No, I'm sort of kidding with that inaugural thing, but I'm kind of with John on this one. He's not going to be the world heavyweight.
So you don't think he can pull a Jeff Hardy and surprise
No.
us all? I think he can.
Jeff
Hardy with no promo
Hardy
skills. Jeff
Hardy
Hardy no
is-
promo skills. And
Yeah,
I
but
think,
he's the death-defying one.
Yes.
He's the one that does the crazy stuff.
but
that
you
no
can't
one
do
wants
that
to
nowadays anymore. Whether you want to or not, you can't do
wasn't that long
death-defying
ago
stuff.
when he was
really,
doing
well,
that.
yeah, it was.
No. How
couple
many?
years
No.
ago.
Look, I mean, with all the stuff he's done in his past, because whether you want to believe it or not, all that death-defying stuff, most of it came before they started implementing these. Let's
Yeah.
protect the wrestling.
No, what I'm
rules.
saying, even with his feud with CM Punk, right when he left, he was having his last match was a ladder match.
Yeah.
Right, but that doesn't mean he was as death-defying as he was during his Hardy Boys days.
Right, but he also had more competition and better
He did.
matches because he had his brother. He had the huge matches with Edge and
Edge
Christian,
Dudley
Dudley's.
Boys.
All right. Well, you could still have Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. The Shield isn't going to be around forever, so he can go up against Dean Ambrose. You can still have other tons of people from NXT. So who's to say those guys don't get called up, and you can still have phenomenal matches involving Seth Rollins?
That's true.
So I'm saying there's plenty of talent, promising talent, that could possibly push Seth Rollins to at least be a one-time champion. At least world heavyweight.
See, the world heavyweight, yes.
But
Because honestly,
to
did
me,
we-
it also depends on who's the
But see,
champion.
exactly.
Who's already the champion? Because you put him against somebody like John Cena, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Oh, definitely
You have
not.
you have somebody like
You would have to put Ambrose up against Cena.
But well,
not
why,
even
why would
saying
that?
that. I'm
no,
saying
not even.
I'm saying regardless of not now, but even in the future, who's champion? It depends to me if I'll ever see Rollins getting there, or Dean Ambrose, something like that.
Okay.
If you have him up against somebody like CM Punk, or if even some crazy way Antonio Cesaro gets there,
Okay.
I can see it for
By the
any
way-
three.
No, I can see that if
Specifically those
if
two
people
small
the
guys.
size of CM Punk, Jeff Hardy, and most recently Dolph Ziggler can be world heavyweight champion, Seth Rollins can work as well.
No, you're 100% correct.
And I believe that there's plenty
yeah,
of talent.
but
That
if you
could
look at who the
happen.
champion was, it was Del
Or,
Rio.
Daniel
and
Bryan
Del Rio's
also.
not even that
But-
big.
No, but again,
God.
there's
But see,
plenty
this
of
is-
not
see,
that
this
big
is-
guys
but
in the
Batman,
WWE
This
that
is
can
this is
work.
the problem with the company. They don't treat that title like it's something. Yes, Ric
disagree.
Flair has held it.
It's still a world title.
No, it's understand. But their main focus is the guy with the khaki shorts and the pant. And
That's because
and
you're
and the
looking
shirt.
at Raw though. If you're on SmackDown,
Yeah, that's what
then maybe they'll talk about John Cena, but John Cena doesn't work Tuesdays.
Right.
Yes, he does not work Tuesdays.
That's a terrible joke about what was it, Triple H?
yes,
Shawn Michaels?
he doesn't work. He doesn't want
But-
to work Tuesdays.
But
But that's
it's
how the
different.
way that's the way they treat the belt though. It's they don't. Oh, this is the world heavyweight title. This is this is the belt you're supposed to have. But no, the belt you want is the WWE title.
See, the thing is,
I
though,
would
that
much rather have the World Heavyweight title.
it looks.
It looks so much better.
No,
Yeah,
it is
does look-
nicer.
It's not a
Don't
giant
get me wrong.
advertisement for the WWE.
Don't get me wrong.
WWE.
It's much nicer, but the way now you're going to WWE standpoint before I'm going by company standpoint.
Right.
That's the belt you want.
Yeah.
That's the main attraction.
No, the question was, the statement was that he won't get past U.S. or Intercontinental. I think he will. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
you look at guys like, and for some reason people aren't high on Kofi Kingston anymore. Especially a couple weeks ago, everyone's saying, who cares about Kofi Kingston?
Who cares?
Now he's champion. Everyone, well, he's kind of brought it back a little bit. But he was a guy who I think could have held the title when he was feuding with Orton.
Yeah.
And then that quickly dropped, and he was doing nothing for the last couple of years.
Good.
Absolutely.
Keep it like
I
that.
see the same thing happening with Seth Rollins.
You think so? I think though that
I
he'll
can
get
see it
the
with Dean
championship.
Ambrose, but he's the leader of the Shield.
Yes, but also you've picked up Cesaro before.
Mhm.
Money in the Bank.
I could have seen it with Wade Barrett. Nothing ever happened with him.
Mhm.
So it's not necessarily that I agree with my statement about Roman Reigns because he's a big guy.
Right.
But for all we know that could happen. None of them will ever
But-
be champion.
But
Yeah, that's a
like I
possibility
said,
too.
really back to Cesaro real quick. Money in the Bank, okay, is 2 months away. Think about it. Who is actually ready for the next step? Out of all the people you have right now, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cesaro, Kofi, no, he's not ready. Been there, done
But
that.
he's got a title.
Sin Cara,
Anyone who's got a
Can hold
title
both
already,
titles.
I disqualify. I would say Wade Barrett, but he has the
I
Intercontinental
have
title.
to, my gut, I have to go to Cesaro.
I wouldn't hate it if it was Cesaro.
For SmackDown, though.
For
I
both
don't think,
titles.
I think he's,
Oh man, all the heat he would get if he was WWE champion
he'd get a lot
with
of
his
heat.
current gimmick.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him win the Raw one, but, you know, I think the Raw one, if the Shield is in it, I think Ambrose is winning it.
Here's the thing that's also kind of garbage to me is they need the brand split. I remember reading, maybe you would have read it. I don't know about John, but somebody posted on something on Facebook, somebody we know, about how terrible the product was back when the brand split was there.
Uh-huh.
Did you read this? Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
actually did.
Alluding to?
I actually didn't read
It
that.
was very short, but I like if it was you, I'd be like, is he kidding? He's kidding, haha. But this part I can't tell if he was joking or not. And I think that was the best time was when the brand split was there.
It made sense. It was definitely a way to separate it from the Attitude Era, where
Like what he
everything
was
happened on
saying,
both
I
shows.
couldn't agree with a single
Less.
part. Like I was, how can you feel this way about it?
Right.
Like what you're saying, it might be a fact. How can you even think that this is the case?
No, I did like the brand split as well.
They
Honestly,
had
I
much
did.
better time to build up storylines and all. And now, every month, everybody, well, not everybody, obviously, not everyone's going to be doing something, but
Right.
you have to rush it for this next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You have to rush these awful storylines that have, the stories are supposed to end at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and but
But
I
they
like
all just keep going, and
Yeah.
the pay-per-views kind of don't even matter.
and the brand split brought some new things to the table in terms of like you said, storylines being concentrated on once a week.
Yeah.
As opposed to 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Because sometimes even main event will show it every now and then. But also, when the Royal Rumble came around, it was pretty cool to see two guys who don't normally face each
Yeah.
other in the ring at the same time.
There's two, like, not main event, upper card guys that could get there
Right.
on SmackDown or on Raw. Who would? I mean, it's the Rumble. Anybody can get eliminated, but
Right.
who's gonna do it?
And it also opens the door for new talent.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
if you have Del Rio, look, on Raw you have, what are the names you always have? Cena and Ryback are the top dogs right now.
Right.
You have the triple threat in Del Rio, Ziggler, and Del Rio, Ziggler, and Jack Swagger.
But now-
wow.
But they're also on SmackDown.
Wait.
But then but that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Because
But
when they
I'm
could be
gonna-
focused on SmackDown,
I'm going to answer your question right now. This is why we have Money in the Bank.
no. But I think it would be more effective if you still had the brand split.
But that's my.
It could still
that's
work
my
with the brand
problem
split.
with not having the brand split is that.
But
there's
they kinda
too
do,
money,
though.
There's too money in the bank.
No, but
There is.
here's back to what I was saying though, because what I was trying to point out was because you have Jack Swagger, Ziggler, and Del Rio on both Raw and SmackDown, you're robbing young talent of getting the opportunity to maybe fill time in one of those shows.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Especially with
It's
Raw being
pointless.
3
But-
hours.
But
How many times are we going to get Del Rio versus Ziggler, or Swagger versus Del Rio, or on both Raw and SmackDown? We get it.
Well, that's a generic triple threat, how it goes. Normally one guy faces the other guy, then next week, this guy will face that guy.
Like, I can get it once a week, but when Del Rio is facing Ziggler on Raw, and then Swagger is facing Del Rio on SmackDown, I'm like, it's tiring already. Like,
It's almost
okay,
like that,
we get it.
that's another problem with
But
you're
this
sort
is
of rushing
why-
all these different match types because you have 3 weeks before the next pay-per-view
Yeah.
instead of 7.
Let's hope
Right.
they end this at Extreme Rules. But we do have Payback, which is obviously Payback. Someone's going to want revenge. And stupid Randy Orton's face.
Which is why they should
On
have
a
still
poster.
left Backlash after Mania.
I know. Oh, they
way
should
back
have.
when. Even
They
if there was
should've.
the brand split or not.
But this, I think personally that this is why we have Money in the Bank. It is for up and coming superstars.
Yeah, but that's the problem is if you look at who's supposed to be a Raw superstar or a SmackDown superstar.
I mean, look at
If you look at that, Dolph Ziggler's a Raw superstar, but he has the SmackDown title.
Yeah.
So you have 2 main event title holders on Raw, who aren't involved with each other at all. They used to be, but not in regards to the title.
Right.
they're still on. They should be up against each other.
They
It would
absolutely
seem.
should, yeah.
They
And
should.
And the last
They
thing
should
that
have the brand split.
But
Except
also,
for even if you're going to use superstars or main event,
Mm-hmm.
where you have those lower card guys facing each other, because it kind of doesn't matter.
right,
They're not anywhere near any of the titles. That's fine.
yeah,
But
or
there's
even
no
main
reason-
event. Maybe use main
Yeah,
event for
main
that.
event or superstars that nobody
Yeah.
watches because it's on the internet, or Saturday Morning Slam, which is just like a kids show where they just have the faces win or whatever.
Yeah,
There's no reason for there to not be a brand split.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anybody any good
you're right. But
because they still have
And
both.
if you
they
remember
both still
at
have
one
really
time-
big rosters for Raw or
at
SmackDown.
one time,
yeah.
remember, Money in the Bank was for any championship, which they should have left at.
with the one match,
One match.
which had both SmackDown and Raw
Yes.
guys. But now they have two matches.
They do.
And a much bigger roster for both Raw and
But
for
this-
both brands.
But this is what I like
You
about
have
it.
16 guys in 2 matches.
You do.
That's great
But
instead of
it's-
just having the
it's-
8 guys.
It's great, but it's good for that talent that, okay, we don't see him on Raw or SmackDown, but, okay, we can fill them in on a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, put them in Money in the Bank, because
They're not going to do that with guys that you don't normally see.
you're going to see
They're
Sin
not-
Cara, okay? You're going to see Cesaro. You're going to see Kofi.
Those guys had build up already. You're not. I'm just saying.
But
like,
Cesaro
you're not
hasn't
gonna
had
see
any-
JTG in either match. You're not going to see it. 'Cause
But
nobody kind of cares.
Wait, so Cesaro hasn't had any build-up, and he's going to be put in a match,
Cesaro was champion for 200 and what was it, like 40 days,
which
or
is
something?
great. But
That's
now,
enough build up.
But now all of a sudden he starts losing. Now he drops the yodeling.
You have to.
gimmick.
You have. Well, I don't care about the yodeling thing. That was entertaining and everything.
It was.
But you still have to drop the title at some point if you're going to.
I know,
go to
I
the
get
next level.
that. Which is why Wade Barrett, if he doesn't drop the title soon, he'll never be the World Heavyweight Champion, or even WWE title.
I
Because
don't
I
know
want
what-
him to drop the
I don't
Intercontinental
think it's
title.
going to happen. It should have happened during the Nexus era.
Because my pick would have been Wade Barrett for Money in the Bank. And
It should have been
Cesaro.
back then.
Yeah.
Now that it's been a couple years, I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not looking good. Yeah.
I don't understand why he's at that mid card
I
thing
don't
where
know.
he's feuding with the Miz and then losing at Mania and then winning
Winning
it
it
back,
back.
the next night.
Well, I think fans hated it.
When both Miz and, to be fair, Miz and Wade Barrett both feuded with John Cena, they should kind of still both be up toward the main event.
Right.
No, you're 100% correct. I mean, look what they've done to The Miz, pretty much. You know?
They can keep doing that though.
The Miz, to me, was much more entertaining when he was a heel. I don't understand why they made him a face. It doesn't really matter. I guess because he's going to be in a movie. You got to get him ready
Right.
to be that likable guy. But
But I will say, last year's Money in the Bank, though, was a waste. Except for Dolph Ziggler, because Cena being in it.
it
was
should have
a
been
fun-
Jericho.
No, it
And
should have
he
been.
It should have
It
been
should-
Jericho, and he should
because-
have lost. He should have lost clean.
Because John Cena, that win was a joke. Because he can't. It was a
Cena
joke.
won the match and then pretty much won the title match. He just didn't get the
He
title.
didn't get the title.
Yeah.
Should
You
have
know,
been Jericho.
It was a bunch of bull
So
crap.
nice.
You know. Thank you WWE on that one.
But see,
'Cause-
that's another reason. Like the brand split would be able to help that, because if you did
But
have the
Cena
brand
was,
split,
but what's the point of having Cena in the match though? He's already there. You know, he's your main event, and you put him in a Money in the Bank match.
if you have the brand split, Cena's probably in the title match.
And another problem.
Because if you're gonna have your big name, you're not gonna have your super big names, all of them in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
well,
if
this
you
was
have-
brand split. It was World Heavyweight and WWE.
That's not brand split. That's just 2 different titles.
Technically, if you
No, it's
want-
not, because if
technically,
Ziggler's
well,
Ziggler's
is
appearing,
separate.
if you're
It's
going,
entirely separate.
But
if this was real brand split, Cena wouldn't even be going up against Dolph
but
Ziggler.
this is a problem. They called Raw a
No,
super
because
show
Dolph is
now.
still on Raw.
At this point, he was still on
He's
Raw,
still- yeah,
or
he's
did he
still
still
on
have the Money in the Bank match? He had the Money in the Bank briefcase, right?
Yes.
For
The SmackDown
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's the problem.
So he would
Yeah.
be on the other brand. He would be on the SmackDown brand.
Yeah.
He would have nothing to do with John
he
Cena.
wouldn't have even been brought
If there
over
was
to
a brand
Raw.
split.
That's right.
So I mean, because he had the SmackDown briefcase. If there was a brand split, that would be the SmackDown briefcase. John Cena would have nothing to do with it.
Even more recently, with not even Money in the Bank, but Elimination Chamber.
Mhm.
The Elimination Chamber for the SmackDown title, some of those guys are Raw guys.
Yeah.
It was Daniel Bryan, Kane,
Yep.
Dolph Ziggler was in the match.
Well,
Well,
Mark
Jack Swagger
Henry.
was.
Mark Henry was there.
Yeah. But like Daniel Bryan and Kane, just using those 2 examples,
Yeah,
Raw,
those are
guys
two Raw guys.
shouldn't have been for the SmackDown title.
Yeah.
Even though we all knew they weren't going to win, they shouldn't have even been in the match. The only excuse they used was former World Heavyweight Champions.
Yeah.
Your brand split not being there kind of just shovels everybody into this match could be used for other people. Could have been a better setup other than former World Heavyweight Champions.
True.
Upper card SmackDown guys. When you're only going to have the one winner. You know who's going to win anyway.
Yeah.
The company knows who's going to win. Maybe not the people watching. It doesn't really matter who you put in there.
Right. And I figure like if you do have the separate brands, you have less people to work with for each side.
The only thing Ryan
Especially when two of the guys were tag team champions. They
Right.
could have been a separate match, adding at least 4 more people to that card.
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's
Another
not gonna,
tag team and another 2 people
the
to participate.
the brand split. It's over. It's
Yeah.
never gonna happen again.
I'm just saying, my
It's
argument is it should be there.
It's because Raw is a super show now. And they try to put everything
They don't even use Super Show anymore because all the shows have all the guys on it.
They do. You know, so Smack
The whole
And that's
idea of having separate GMs means nothing.
nothing.
And the WWE is only they have themselves to blame for SmackDown's dive.
That's
it's
true.
it's sad
Even-
because at some point the brand split, you could put SmackDown up against Raw.
Yeah.
I mean even
I
their
often
rosters.
felt that SmackDown was the better show.
Yeah, at some point
Raw
they
just
were.
had
Definitely.
the big name guys, but
Yes.
kind of don't care, even though they're big names.
Yeah.
SmackDown had the better storyline.
They did.
Good point. That was actually a very nice argument. I like that.
I like it when we argue.
It's fun. It's fun. On that note, I want to wrap up. I think that was very nice.
It was.
There was.
You know, we do our 100th episode coming, and it's gonna
It's
be a
gonna
lot
be
of fun.
in a little while.
In a little while, so it's gonna be.
We might have to take
1 or
some
2
breaks between more episodes though, to really sync it up for everybody to be here.
That is true. It's gonna be one crazy day with a lot of smarks in the studio. It's gonna be fun.
We don't have enough chairs.
I know.
We'll work on that.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that. But that's gonna do it. I'm happy the way we ended the show. Tune in for next week. We'll have a SmackDown review on Monday.
I just want to say I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I keep falling flat for everybody. I really got to work on the reviews for NXT. I felt like maybe I should just go with what happened recently and just like, who cares? Like no one wants to hear a month's worth of NXT review anyway. And the last time I did a huge review for a bunch of shows, we had really low views. It didn't even matter. I don't know. Maybe I'll work on it. I could say I will, but I might not.
Probably not.
Because I even said, oh, remember I was going to say something about the Walls of Jericho?
Yeah,
That was going to be involved in one of my reviews.
All right.
So maybe I got to work on it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it? Any final words, Ant-Man?
No, that's it. That's
I want to
it for that.
apologize. I'm sorry.
You positive?
For the people that
Positive.
listen.
You're not gonna
I'm
go on
sorry.
like you did
Do
yesterday?
you really want me to?
I haven't heard the show. I haven't heard the show.
The show?
I haven't heard the show. I haven't heard the show.
All right. Well,
But are you sure you don't want to say anything? Anything else, Ant-Man?
you're like daring me, and I could put out like another half hour's worth of random stuff.
I don't know. I think,
Sure?
I think that we should.
I mean, come on. I want you to talk.
You
Come
want
on,
me to talk?
Yeah, talk.
If you
So
want to talk, I guess.
And that's gonna do it for today's
Wow,
show.
what a
Thank you, Damien
scumbag.
Sandow. I'm John.
One more time, I want to
Sad.
apologize to the fans that may have wanted to hear NXT.
and I apologize to any Bray Wyatt fans. Bye.
Bye.